Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most influential works in political philosophy, A Theory of Justice by John Rawls. Now, I know philosophy can sound heavy, but Rawls' ideas have had a huge impact on how we think about fairness, justice, and equality in society. If you have ever wondered what a truly just society looks like and how we can make that happen, this book is a must read. So let's break it down. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of Rawls' vision of justice and how it can apply to our modern world. Rawls introduces us to one of his most famous concepts, the original position and the veil of ignorance. Imagine you are designing a society, but here is the catch. You don't know anything about yourself. You don't know your gender, race, or social status. This is the veil of ignorance. Why? Because Rawls argues that in order to create a fair system, you should design it from a perspective of impartiality, without any bias toward your own situation. The goal is to design a society where you would be happy no matter where you end up. For example, if you didn't know whether you would be born rich or poor, you would want a system that gives everyone equal chances, right? Now, authors lays out two principles of justice that emerge from the original position. These are his blueprint for a fair society. The first principle, equal liberty principle. Everyone should have the same basic rights and freedoms, like the right to vote, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. This is the foundation of justice, fairness in our most basic freedoms. The second principle, difference principle. Social and economic inequalities are okay, but only if they benefit the least advantaged members of society. This is key. Inequalities are only just if they make the worst of people better off than they would be in a more equal society. In short, authors is saying freedom is non-negotiable, but if there are inequalities, they should work for everyone, especially the most vulnerable. Here is where author's idea of justice as fairness comes into play. For him, a just society is not just about equality, it is about fairness in how we structure institutions and distribute resources. In a fair society, individuals should not be disadvantaged by circumstances they were born into, whether that is their race, gender, or class. The goal is to level the playing field and ensure that everyone has equal opportunities regardless of where they start. Now, let's deep dive into the difference principle, which is really the heart of author's theory. The difference principle allows for inequalities in wealth and power, but only if these inequalities benefit the least advantaged members of the society. This might seem counterintuitive at first, but think about it. In many societies, the rich get richer, but what Rawls is saying is that as long as this wealth creation helps the poorest members of society by, for example, creating more jobs or improving public services, then that inequality can be justified. It is a shift in thinking that challenges the idea that everyone should be equally rich. Instead, it focuses on how wealth can benefit everyone, especially the most vulnerable. Rawls argues that it's the role of the state to ensure justice and fairness. The state is responsible for making sure that the two principles of justice are upheld, especially the difference principle. This means creating policies that ensure equal opportunities for all, support for the disadvantaged, and fair distribution of resources. The state is not just a neutral entity, it is an active participant in creating a fair society. For example, think of social welfare programs. wealthcare, healthcare, and education as ways the state can make sure the least advantaged have the support they need to succeed. In the final chapter, Rawls connects his ideas to the concept of democracy. A true democratic society is not just about voting, it is about making sure that everyone's voice is heard and that policies are created with fairness in mind. It is about having a system where each person, no matter their background, has a fair shot at success. A system where the government actively works to correct the inequalities that persist in society. So there you have it, a theory of justice by John Rawls. His vision of justice is not just about equality, it is about fairness. By creating a society where everyone has equal rights and opportunities and where inequalities are justified only if they benefit the least advantaged. Rawls provides a powerful framework for creating a truly just world. What do you think about Rawls' theory? How do you think it could apply to today's world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who loves exploring big ideas. Until next time, remember, a just society is one where everyone's voice matters and where fairness is the foundation.